Are you serious? Are you serious? Iran has just unveiled 3 new precision-guided missiles and warns of the mother of all wars if the United States attacks them amid this tension in the Gulf. But before I even go there, I want to put a shout out to ratefamily.com. Ratefamily.com, a wonderful company. Folks, look, death in the family is inevitable, okay? It's hard, it's unfortunate, and we all have to deal with it. It's someone sooner or later. All of us behind the final expenses we don't want to leave behind. None of us want to do that. And we know the average cost of funerals is about $8,000 to $9,000. And, you don't want to have that lingering expense left on your loved ones when you pass. So ratefamily.com, that's www.ratefamily.com. They have a great, great staff of people who will help you to take care of this area of your life. You can pick up the phone and call them at 855-919-RATE. That's 855-919-RATE. They're wonderful people. Courteous on the phone. They'll work with you. They'll work with your needs. Some people pay as low as $36 a month for insurance to make sure that the loved ones will not be left with the expenses that go with the end of life. Matter of fact, let me just say we had one of our online members, Ed and Suzanne, made the call from Michigan. They talked to a man named Eric. Eric, I don't know who you are, but I'm sending everybody your way because the way you treated them was so professional and so courteous. You answered every question and you worked out a deal with them for their life insurance that they are eternally grateful to. So folks, again, check out go to ratefamily.com. Let them help you with your insurance, life insurance needs. All right. Great, folks. Now, a lot going on here about Iran. But I received a letter in the mail that I thought was so impressive from this 91-year-old lady that I want to read it, okay? I really want to read it. God bless you, Lorraine. This is just amazing. She says, Lonnie, I called her Lorraine. Her name is Lonnie Mae Dahl. And here's what she said. Dear Brother Paul, I am 91 years old, a great-grandmother, and I enjoy your program so much. I praise God for each person who is saved by your ministry. Keep it up. I love you and your wife. Thank you, Lonnie Mae Dahl. Lonnie, thank you. That was so nice of you. She's 91 years old, loves our broadcast. And we heard from I've been hearing from so many folks. This one lady says she loves my CD, of the Journey, Hide Me Underneath Your Wings, Shelter Me, Lord. She loves that song. She loves the ministry. She just loves the outpouring. And she loves the fact that we cover the current world events that a lot of the mass media was not even telling the people. And so we've been doing this. God told us to do this 9 years ago. We're doing it, and we're going to keep doing it because this is what the Lord's laid on our hearts. Now, back to the story. Iran, there's no question. Iran unveils 3 new precision-guided missiles and warns of the mother of all wars if the United States attack them amid the tensions in the Gulf. Here's what they're saying. Iran has unveiled an unprecedented missile, what they've described as 3 new precision-guided missiles, as President Hassan Rouhani warned of the mother of all wars if the United States attacks them. Defense Minister Brigadier General Amir Hatmadi said it proves that Iran will not hesitate for a moment to defend itself as he viewed the weapons in front of TV cameras. It comes after President Hassan Rouhani warned the United States of the mother of all wars as the tensions in the Persian Gulf spill over into the conflict. Guys, are you serious? They kept showing these little, what looked like to me, toy missiles, little mock-ups, and how that they were going to use them. But while stressing Iran is willing to negotiate over its nuclear program, Rouhani said that America must drop all sanctions before the country will even talk. He added that while peace with Iran will be the mother of all peace, war will be the mother of all wars. And among the new weapons unveiled by Iran was a guided missile dubbed the Yasin, which has folding wings and is designed to be fired from a drone. Another newly developed weapon was the Balaban, which Iran said could be fired from an aircraft before being guided to its target using GPS and other sensors. Finally, the Defense Ministry unveiled a third version of the heat-seeking Gahin missile, which is also designed as an air-to-air weapon, according to the Fars news agency. Iran has been engaged in saber-rattling with the United States for months after President Trump's administration walked away from the nuclear deal under the predecessor, President Obama. But the United Kingdom then became a target for Iran's ire after seizing the Iranian tanker off the Straits of Gibraltar in what the regime described as an economic terrorism carried out on behalf of the United States of America. But yesterday, the United Kingdom became the first nation to agree to join a U.S.-led mission to protecting shipping through the Gulf of one of its tankers was seized. And Britain had previously called for European-led missions to protect shipping through the vulnerable bottleneck of the Straits of Hormuz, which lies partly in Iranian territorial waters. And around the fifth of the world's oil must pass through the Straits of Hormuz every day. It is understood that the about-face came amid frustration over the European Union's nations refusing to commit ships to the region. And the only ship from the European Union countries currently in the region is France. The Sun is reporting that Germany has previously balked on the idea of sending any military vessels there. Italy, Denmark, and France had indicated they were willing to back Britain's task force, but have yet committed any ships yet. And the United Kingdom currently has 2 ships in the region, a Type 23 frigate called the HMS Montrose, and a Type 45 destroyer known as the HMS Duncan. And both of those warships were sent there about a week ago. The United States has 3 current warships in the Persian Gulf, comprising of a Boxer amphibious ready group. The group is led by the USS Boxer, which is supported by the USS John P. Murtha, and an amphibious transport dock landing ship, the USS Harper's Ferry, and accompanying helicopter squadrons and thousands of embarked Marines. Loitering outside of the Persian Gulf itself is the carrier Strike Group 12, led by the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier and the USS Abraham Lincoln. So we're in the waters. Believe me, the United States is in the waters with Great Britain. Along with the USS Abraham Lincoln is the Destroyer Squadron 2, comprised of the USS Bainbridge, and the USS Mason, and the USS Nietzsche, with support from the USS Leyte Gulf. Carrier Air Wing 7 is also stationed on board the USS Abraham Lincoln. So we've got plenty of firepower, plenty of presence. Also, we got 1,000 American troops that are also being moved to the region, while a bomber strike force, including B-52s, have already been deployed. Elsewhere, yesterday, Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif said his country will no longer tolerate maritime offenses and added that Iran is responsible for the security and safety of the region. He accused London, the United Kingdom, of participating in the American economic terrorism and said Washington is solely to blame for the tensions that are in the region. Whenever the U.S. has entered in the Persian Gulf, it has brought in nothing but violence and war, he said. Last month, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard seized a British oil tanker, the Stena Impero, near the Straits of Hormuz. They've yet to give this ship back to England. I can't believe the United Kingdom is allowing them to hang on to this ship as long as they have. I really can't. And at some point, Britain will strike. Now, Britain has previously seized an Iranian oil tanker near Gibraltar, accusing it of violating sanctions on Syria. Defense Minister Ben Wallace said today that the United Kingdom is determined to ensure her shipping is protected from unlawful threats, and for the reason we have joined the new maritime security mission in the Gulf, the Persian Gulf. The deployment of the Royal Navy assets is a sign of our commitment to our United Kingdom flagged vessels, and we look forward to working alongside the United States and others to find an international solution to the problems in the Straits of Hormuz. And so it goes on and on and on. Guys, this conversation is very simple. Iran wants to build nuclear weapons. The United States says you're not going to build them. The United States said that the deal that President Obama, the six superpower nations signed with Iran in 2015 was just a bad, bogus, worthless deal, which would just basically allow Iran to build nuclear weapons and gives them 10 years to get it done, while giving them billions of dollars released to frozen assets and cash, which has fueled their terroristic agenda with Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and themselves with the Houthi rebels in Yemen, who've been attacking the Saudi Arabians and have been threatening the Israelis. Israel's had to fight back. Russia has joined hand in hand with Iran, along with President Erdogan and Turkey, and thus setting up the Ezekiel 38 potential war. Trump has pushed back, tore up the deal, put sanctions on Iran, and is squeezing them and is making sure they're not going to control the Straits of Hormuz. This is an absolutely incredible situation, and we're going to watch it to the very end. And it really ties into biblical prophecy because of the armies that surrounding Israel are the exact armies that the Bible said would surround Israel and attack Israel in Ezekiel 38 and 39, which is Iran, Russia, and Turkey, Libya and Yemen and Ethiopia, and others that will join their band. So also the wings of the eagle, which is Revelation 12, says that the United States will stay with Israel, protecting the woman as she has to flee in the wilderness during times of attacks. Those haven't happened yet, but the rhetoric of this approach is on right now. They're surrounding, and there's a pushback. Israel's doing airstrikes constantly on Iranian forces in Syria almost every other day. The United States has a heavy presence in the region and a firm commitment from the president and the vice president of the United States to support Israel. And now with the new UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson and with the Queen Elizabeth also siding with the President of the United States and Great Britain are locking arms as Britain is Brexiting away from the globalism, socialism society created by the European Union. This is infuriating Germany and frustrating France, and we're watching this play out right before our very eyes. Italy has already realized which side they want to be on, and it's not on the globalist. And other nations like Poland is also agreeing with Italy. And also they're also nervous about Russia on their right next door. Russia, in the meantime, has been very aggressive, taking Crimea, trying to take eastern Ukraine, and showing a heavy presence in Syria, siding with the Iranians against Israel. But Russia's got their own problems. Trump's economic plan of cranking up the oil in Texas and driving the price of oil down, it is the oil that funds the regimes of the Russians, the Venezuelans, the Iranians, the North Koreans, and others. By doing this, by cranking up the oil in Texas and lowering the price of crude oil globally, it has put Russia in a crunch. And that's why Putin is starting to talk about nuclear expansion. We will rise up. We will do this. It's because he's literally getting caged in. As his population shrinks and his income shrinks, his ability to be the superpower he wants to be. He's got a lot of nukes. Makes it extremely dangerous. But the money is getting tight. There could be a Russian revolution. We'll keep an eye on it. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. You are watching it play out right before your very eyes. We are living in the last days. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time.